Good morning and welcome to Crow and Klein, here today with a daily energetic check-in. I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle, and our card of focus is Deep Freeze. Wait for it. In reverse. Yay. All right. Deep Freeze. I know we've had this card before as a card of focus, and we've had it upright and we've had it in reverse. But basically, it's the idea that everything has its season. And it's time right now to put activity on hold while you rest. While you rest. Because nothing that you do right now is going to, it's not going to amount to anything substantial, no matter how hard you try, or you push, or you manipulate, or you cajole, right? Deep freeze in reverse is here to tell you that life wants you to take a break. And you need to do it now, because if you become exhausted, you're going to be forced to rest. Let me say that again. When you become exhausted, you're going to be forced to rest, right? Now, we all know what this looks like. We become overburdened. We become overstressed. We have too many demands on us. Things aren't going the right way. We push to get what we want, and nothing's happening, right? And we push ourselves to the point of exhaustion, to the point of burnout. And you know what happens? Of course you do. We get sick. We hurt ourselves physically, not on purpose, but sometimes subconsciously we do, in order to get our own attention. And so we put ourselves into that space of having to take a rest because we've refused to take a rest. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. All right. So what you really need right now is to understand that what you need is going to be there for you. The signs are going to be there. The path's going to start unfolding again when you emerge in the springtime from the deep freeze. Now, you can use that metaphorically. You can use that literally. I know where I live, we're in kind of winter. Well, I mean, I'm on the Olympic Peninsula. So I actually was outside today and there are flowers blooming, but it's cold. It's like 30 something out there in the middle of a day, and it's cloudy and it's cold, right? Because of the humidity, like 90 some percent humidity. But so what I'm saying is, literally, if you're in a place that's in wintertime, it can mean spring, which is coming soon. It's just around the corner. Okay. So for now, winter and the cold and the deep freeze has its own kind of idea for you, right? Wait for the signs of spring. Wait for the signs and synchronicity to show you that it's time to begin action again. Right now, it's time to fortify. All right? That was a bit long-winded, but you get what I'm saying. It can be really hard when we're really striving for things, and things are important, right? We still have to live in the material world. We still have to abide by, the ways that we have to sustain ourselves in that physical world. And I'm talking, food, shelter, clothing, water, anything that we need to sustain ourselves. And personally, spirit doesn't always understand that, and that's not disrespect, okay? They're just things that we must do. And so when we get into this energy of this deep freeze of like, you have to stop, and we don't feel like we're in a place that we can stop, it's really frustrating, right? So I feel you when this card comes out. All right, I have the Magical Nordic Tarot right here, okay? And it's going to bring a little gentleness to the frustration that we're feeling right now, right? Here's our big guiding light, guiding star right there, okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope you're all well. And I'm super honored to be able to bring you these messages every day. Keep in mind they are timeless. And also general reading for the collective. So they're not one-on-one. If you're interested in that, you can find my email in the About section. There's a little About button in the drop-down menu. You can click on that, and there's my email. If you would like a one-on-one reading. Now, I do those through Zoom, so you will see me. It's not send a question with money. It's actually reach out to me and let's see if we can figure something out, okay? If you want, not mandatory. Because I'm going to keep doing these readings every day for you. All right. Okay. Right out of the gate, the nature of impulsiveness. Okay, well, this literally tracks with the deep freeze, right? Because when we get to that point where we're so frustrated and, things aren't moving in the way that we want them to, we can start making decisions that are pretty impulsive, right? Now, I do like the Knight of Wands. I'm not going to lie. The Knight of Wands, there's a lot of self-confidence in those impulsive decisions, right? And oftentimes, the wands can find different routes to the goal, which in this case is probably counterintuitive because you really are meant to take a rest. All right. So beware of being impulsive, making impulsive decisions. They may work out in this time, but honestly, deep freeze is saying just pause everything, because everything that you're going to do or push or manipulate to get what you want right now, it's not going to give you the results that you want. In your energy, look at that, the Eight of Pentacles. It says opportunities. Okay, and the Eight of Pentacles is opportunities. I'm going to tell you why. It's about mastering what it is that you've been working on. Okay, then taking those skills back to the basics and finding out what you can apply those to, what other things in your life you can apply them to. Though that opens new doors for new ventures, new creations, that kind of thing. And with this being Pentacles, it is about stability, right? It's about your foundation in the material world. It's about money. It's about stuff. It's about the things you need, the things you want, right? It's about being grounded on the earthly plane. So when I see this, I see you reworking a problem, right? You've reached a level and you're going to take everything that you learned there back to the basics and rework it to see how it can move you into the future or into a new path, that kind of thing, right? So, I mean, Pentacles are worker cards too. The Eight of Pentacles is a worker bee card. It is about hard work and achievement. So you're in this energy and you're being asked to just take a time out, allow yourself to rest and recover. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we have the Queen of Swords, right? It says power here. She is about power. She's also about truth and intellect, right? She can see the truth from a mile away. So there's a truth maybe to the situation that you are not seeing right now, and possibly taking this pause and relaxing, resting, can allow your mind to sort of simmer down a little bit. And there's something maybe you're going to see about this. Yeah. I like the Queen of Swords. She went through a lot to sit on her throne. In traditional decks, yes, she's holding that sword of truth. She's one of a couple in the deck that hold it straight up, like Justice, right? But typically her other hand is outstretched to humanity. So she's not given up. She's not given up yet on humanity. All right, let's get another one for this Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, yeah. Ace of Wands, new adventures. Heck yeah. I mean, to me, it really feels like this is a gift, right? This is a gift. It's a gift from Spirit. The aces are all gifts. So far, you're kind of in this worker bee mode. You're being asked to calm down and still yourself, you know, to not be impulsive, but to stay in your power, okay? To stay in your truth. If you can do that, if you can calm down this push, you know, because sometimes we get into this push mode of getting things done and accomplishing things, and it becomes a momentum that might take us a minute to stop, right? When you can do that, something's coming in. Like I said, I think there's a truth about your situation that's going to come in, some sort of epiphany, perhaps, some clarity, and it's going to bring in some new adventures and some new opportunities. The Ace of Wands is kind of a wakey card, a wake-up call. Okay, there's something else. There's something else. This could be why you need this rest. It could be why when you're pushing forward with something, you're not getting anywhere and you're spinning your wheels, okay? Take your rest. Yeah, in your energy, the Ace of Swords, we were just talking about gaining clarity here. This is the sword of truth. It cuts through doubt, confusion, and fear. This is a gift if you can allow yourself to calm your mind and calm yourself and trust the process. I know. There's going to be this huge epiphany coming in, this huge truth, right? The clouds are going to lift and you're going to understand. You're going to have a great understanding of this deep freeze in reverse. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, and keep in mind, yeah, the Nine of Cups, good fortune. This is about enjoying briefly. It's about taking a short little break and enjoying the good things in life, the things that are really meaningful to you, okay? So this might be part of this rest. Maybe it's just a hot bath and a snuggle with the cat. Maybe it's your favorite movie. Maybe it's a walk in the park. You know, maybe it's a boat ride. Like, whatever this is what you need to do right now, is focus on the good fortune, focus on the things, because with the Eight of Cups, we walk away from things that no longer serve us, that are not in alignment anymore. And oftentimes when we are moving from one realm to another, or from one chapter of our life into another chapter of our life, there are things that we have to leave behind in order to make room for the next things. And so with the 8, we walk away. The Knight, you get to sit with the things that you really align to. Okay, so this is important when you're doing this deep freeze, when you're taking your rest, understanding that you're going to have some huge clarity here with that Sword of Truth and that Queen of Swords. Something new is trying to come to you. What is it? So take your rest. Enjoy your Nine of Cups. New adventures, new adventures. Interesting. So under the under the Ace of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords. It says spontaneity. Now, the Knight of Swords can be a little rash, right? Running into a situation. I think of the Knight of Swords as kind of like like a firefighter rushes into a building on fire without thinking about the consequences of themselves getting hurt. They're just merely there to help out, right? So it's a very spontaneous, rapid moving energy. And it feels like with this reading, once you understand and you have the clarity with this Ace of Swords in your energy, right? Now is not the time to be spontaneous, but new adventures are coming. And when this comes in, this clarity, then you take action. Then you can step into the Knight of Swords energy. Okay? Not yet, though. You will be able to, but not yet. Right now, rest. Sorry. Look at that in your energy. Charity. This is the bonus card in the Magical Nordic Tarot. And this is an artist, I can't remember who, in 2019. Tracy Emin did a bonus card for this particular deck. All right. And it is called Generosity. So, and charity with a focus on generosity, right? With focus on giving back. So you want to give back. It's in your energy. You want to give back. You're going to be able to in big, beautiful ways. It's already in your energy. Like somewhere, if this isn't resonating, somewhere in your subconscious mind, it means something in there, okay? It's a beautiful card. It looks, I don't know, it looks like a kitty cat to me. I love it. All right, let's get another one for this Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're gonna, yeah. Understanding and having this truth and clarity come in for you, knowing when to pause, knowing when to move, right? Because the Deep Freeze talks about taking a pause and waiting for the right time to move, right? Waiting for the springtime, waiting for the sprouts of the flowers to come through this, whatever. That makes a lot of sense. And when that happens, when you can pause and really wait for those signs, then you step right into action, right? The Magician is all about mastery, but it's a card of action, right? So basically, you're in a holding pattern. There's something that you have to wait for, and once it's here, you will recognize it. With that Eight of Swords and that Ace of Wands showing up, yeah, you're going to be like, oh, I get it now. Okay, I get it now. So, and then the Magician shows up. This is, like I said, a card of action. You have the tools, you have the skill to transmute that energy into the physical world, to create what it is that you want to create. Okay? But right now, maybe we need a bear to pop out or something. It's hibernate like a bear, right? I know that's really hard to do because we still have the day-to-day things that we have to do, all right? So maybe it's in part about resting our mind, getting out of our mind chatter, all of those kinds of things. So, all right, let's see if anything else wants to come out. This was it's a good message. It's a good message. Don't get me wrong. We all want to rest. I guess the question is, do we all know how to do that, right? How do we stop the mind? How do we, Five of Cups, hope. Yeah, Five of Cups is about sorrow. It's about kind of being stuck, with the things in our lives that didn't work out. So this is coming up as I was talking about how do we calm our minds when we're in a restful place, right? Because that's just as important to rest the mind as the body. And maybe that's more, directly what this is about. It's like taking the rest, but also making sure to rest the mind, to calm the mind, to calm the body, to calm the spirit, like everything, okay? And we have the King of Pentacles coming up, and it says mentor. So maybe there's someone around you who has a process that can help you. I know someone that I follow their meditations, right? They're sort of like, how do I say that? I mean, they're meditations, guided meditations. So for me, because I totally resonate with his reading, I will probably go back and look him up again, right? And make sure that I'm taking half hour in the morning, half hour at night, whatever, to do those, to help my mind. Because that's my problem. My mind just spins all the time. So maybe there's someone around you or someone that you follow who's going to have the right words for you to help you, like, in this energy. Okay. Yeah. All right, you guys. I think that's your message. Just let me see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Yeah. Isn't that funny? In the beginning, I was like pointing to the star on the box, and it's the same image here, and here we are again. It's gonna put you back in alignment with that inner guidance, your inner guiding star, bringing you back to your wishes and your dreams. You know, maybe you're just a little out of alignment right now. Things haven't been going the way that you want them to go. But if you can really rest, you know, there's something coming. There's a truth coming. There's an epiphany coming. There's clarity coming. And it's going to help realign you with your North Star. Okay. All right, that's your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I will see you next time.